any conversation that we have, the large part of the conversation is a conscious level conversation, and we can somewhat know that it is a conscious level conversation, not only by the quality of conversation that it is, but also about the delivery or how it comes about the person that we're speaking with. It's often fast-paced. It's often sounds kind of rehearsed. It comes out of the individual's mouth fast. There's not a lot of deliberating or contemplating around the answer the question to any question that we might give them. Think, for example, even if someone says, "Hello, how's your day?" You're likely to say, "Oh, it's good." So it's rehearsed, it's patterned. There's not any real any thought that's gone into the response. So we're still staying at that conscious level discussion. Whereas when an unconscious conversation comes about, and remembering that every conversation is two conversations, one with the conscious mind and one with the unconscious mind, we'll notice that an unconscious part of the mind, we're communicating with the unconscious mind when the conversation becomes more meaningful and more emotional, and there's a lot more expression from the physical being that is sitting before us. And when we're wanting to create internal change, we want to follow those cues so that we can ultimately hear what the unconscious mind has to say or has to express, so that we can reveal quality information that's going to help the client become more malleable, become more creative in the way that they think, that will ultimately empower them to pursue whatever it is that they are pursuing at that deeper level. And what we want to be taking careful consideration of is when we are trying to, or we are intentionally looking for that unconscious conversation, is that conscious mind is going to be continuously stepping in to protect the unconscious information. That is ultimately the role of the conscious mind, is to protect the unconscious mind. And the unconscious mind's role is to protect us and keep us safe, but also to drive us towards prosperity and health through its creative thinking. And so we need to be really smart and strategic about how we converse with the unconscious mind, so that conscious mind can't speak the same language. And knowing that the unconscious mind is very creative in the way that it thinks, it's very childlike, we come up with metaphors, we receive metaphors and we give metaphors. We can ask quite abstract questions that is going to force the client to piece together the question themselves, that's going to force them to stop and think and to contemplate what the question is asking of them. Within that very quick moment that allows the client to step back from that conscious response, something really amazing begins to happen. That unconscious mind begins to surface. And as long as you are giving that unconscious mind attention and encouraging it, you're going to be to see or experience more and more of the unconscious information begin to reveal itself. And we can do that by drawing attention to the unconscious cues that are being that we are seeing or experiencing. We can encourage it by giving it space, I guess, if you will, like allowing the person time to think without interrupting. We are very traditionally within a conversation want to put our 2 cents worth in, or offer conversations, even when there's somebody that is trying to say something and you want to jump in there and finish their sentence for them. It's a very natural process that we as humans go through. But when you become more aware of that process and you create longer pauses, it's going to allow that unconscious mind to present itself and reveal itself more and more. And as you begin to train yourselves to follow the cues and responses that the unconscious mind presents, and to notice when that conscious mind is coming in, you're going to become very quick. It's going to become automated and unconscious for you to follow these cues, which over a long period of time is going to allow you to create fast and effective transformations within your clients or the individual that we're speaking with, that allows you to do less and just be more.